Good morning, Facebook. Guys, namaste, God bless. How are all of you? It's very early this Saturday morning, and as usual, moi, it has to go to work. Man, I got to make a lot of Yule logs today. It's the first day of winter, I think, or National Solstice Day. I'm not quite sure, but the Yule log, you guys seen that kind of, how should you say, that little cake that they put on tables, that predicates thousands of years of Christmas history. And hopefully you guys will get a chance to really start to let the holidays infiltrate those cells of yours and to make you feel better. A lot of people now are just worried about buying and the stress and everything else in life. And Christmas is not about that. There's a reason for the season. Indeed, they can use Christ as a reason, or you can use the gift of life that you have and that we all have. And we can share the abundance that we have around the world today. What the hell am I talking about? Getting yeah, hopefully a little pep talk give you guys a little kind of, great feeling on the inside. But I've been trying to get this show on for days. I mean, literally with work, indeed, busy. That's good. I like that. I literally surpassed National Regift Day and National Underdog Day to today, which is the National Solstice Yule, the Yule log per se day, as it goes back to the Celtic times. But what gave me the idea for this today was a memory, and you guys know the Facebook memories. They come back to haunt you sometimes, but this one was really profound. It was a poem with some music and brought back a memory that I wanted to share with you guys because it was the starting point. Because we've been conditioned, and a lot of you can relate to this factor. We've been conditioned that by a certain age, you got to be this. By a certain age, you got to be that. By a certain age, you got to be this. And I'm here to tell you, and I am proof of that everybody's full of shit. And I can say it respectfully because it doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter how long or how long it's taking you to get to your goal. When you get to it, you get to it. This is not a race. We're all different. We're all unique. We're not told this back then, man. We were told that we had to do something in a certain way to be there in a certain way at a certain time, or else it's not going to be the way life is. No, your life is the way you make your life. Don't let anyone ever tell you that. And I think they've gotten past that. But, 14 years ago, and this is so profound, I can still feel it. I mean, but it was a turning point, and it's relevant to what I want to give you guys some inspiration on today. Sitting in a picture, the old greenhouses that were attached to homes. They had the brown windows per se. The trim was brown, and you had the clear glass on top. That was the motel lobby where I used to live, man. That place had no heat. And the only place I can get Wi-Fi, so I used to carry around this laptop, this 20-pound Hewlett-Packard laptop, from the motel room to this greenhouse lobby, which had no heat. And this time of year was particularly hard to be in. Wrapped up, and I don't like the cold to begin with. I'm not a cold fan. Okay, fine, I'll layer it up. But this place here, you just couldn't get warm. You just couldn't get warm. And I'm sitting there at 44 years old, saying, is this it? This is all that life has to offer me? But that was the turning point question, is what life was offering me because of what I was giving life. And to me, I can still smell the curry. I mean, literally to this day, perhaps it was an epiphany in my life to realize what was going on. But here I am 14 years later, from that event, looking outside now, the exact same scenario, a little bit of snow on the ground, and me sitting at a table around 1 a.m, because I wouldn't go there during the day because I was too embarrassed. At 1 a.m, sitting there, tears in my eyes, crying the world out, and listening to this thing I saw that I finally got reception for to watch via Facebook back then. But to me, all of this predicates on, and what I worked on for many moons, and hopefully you guys will realize, it takes time. Evolution of self and life, it's all a process. So if you're in the doldrums now and you're at a part of your life and you're in your 30s, late 30s, whatever age it might be, it's never too late. It's never too late to recreate what you've always wanted to be. And out of the quote box tonight, and this is what changed it for me because I saw in the reel the other day. And Dr. Wayne Dyer, God bless his soul, man. R.I.P. to that man. He really changed a lot for me in a lot of ways. I loved his knowledge. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. That's basically you changing the lens of on how you see life. And that's basically what changed it for me in so many ways. But I was just an impatient person that kept sabotaging what I was trying to create in life, the better life, the abundant life, where I can take care of my kids and get out of debt and finally own a car again. I had to do all these things basically from the ground up. Sometimes you got to lose everything to get back what you truly want, or get back everything you've always wanted. That's just the emotional influence in your life, and that's one of the words I'm going to talk about. That's the emotional influence that you're sending out every day. The world can only respond to the moods that you send out every day. And back then, my moods were of lack. I mean, the abundance of lack all around me. I literally had nothing. Ramen noodles back then was a staple of Jerry's diet. Lived on that every day. Had black coffee from the motel office and didn't have a pot to piss in. But I realized I can do better in my life. This is something that you guys have to understand for yourself. And Einstein said it best. And I had to reiterate this every single day. And hopefully you guys can do it for yourself. The most fundamental thing and the most fundamental decision we have to make is, do I live in a friendly or hostile universe? And they laughed at Einstein back then, man. They laughed at him because universe was imaginary thinking. But that's the point of all creation. We create from our imagination. And how you live by that every day and how you see life, that's going to be reflected back at you. You look in a mirror, you see the exact reflection of what the mirror is given. Life is the same way. So if you're approaching a mirror with these thoughts of lack and it's too late in life and I can't get past this and everything is not going right, the mirror is just going to reflect that with your thoughts, beliefs, and your emotional influence. Emotional influence is the key to marketing, man. This is where they anchor you. This is where the marketers and the retailers, and this is what you see on the TV, the medical field, is anchoring, because it creates a feeling. You do something long enough, and that's the whole point of this. I started doing and journaling back then 14 years ago on the life that I wanted to create. And I started to feel that every day. And the emotional influence around me started to change because I started to change the way I was looking at life. That's the whole point. It's putting a new lens in the camera of you're taking mental snapshots every day. It didn't matter where I lived out there. What matters is where I was living in here. And it's something for you guys to really relish on. You know, Socrates had a great saying about that. And even thousands of years ago, they were talking about energy, not even knowing how it would affect the future, but they knew that energy had a purpose in life. And Socrates said the secret to change is focus all your energy not on the old, but creating the new. That's basically what I was doing. I didn't realize it till many, many, many moons later. But I realized all I did was how I was seeing life. And when I realized that life was abundant, and then the ideas started coming in and started flowing from my writing to create the opportunities for even more abundance, hence growing up the ladder. But the sad thing is we've been conditioned. Basically since day one, a lot of us, especially in the 40s through 60s, we've been conditioned that you had to reach this at a certain age. You had to do this by a certain age. When you realize there's no age in us. There's no age. There's no age to our comeback. There is no age to that. So get that out of your friggin' skull. It doesn't matter how old you were. Here I am, a 44-year-old grown man, per se, with tears in his eyes, sitting at a motel table in the middle of the night, freezing his ass off, saying, where do I go from here? There's a lot of you guys out there now asking that same question. All I'm saying is, whatever is in here is going to manifest out there. But the good thing is, whatever you're desiring in here is going to manifest out there. But you have to let go of where you are right now. You have to let go of that poor me mentality that we've been taught to live by, and that we're failures and things don't happen because we don't care. The reason why they're happening is because we do care. We're putting all our energy into it. Therefore, we keep re-manifesting what we don't want to manifest. You start changing your energy, you change your destiny. That's the whole point of America's Mentor. Not Jerry's success stories or his downfall. It has nothing to do with me. It's all about information I'm sharing with you that I found looking for internally that came to me, which changed my life in so many ways and still does to this day. You can be your own cheerleader. In fact, you have to be your own cheerleader. You have to be the person who looks in the mirror every day, no matter your circumstances, no matter what's around you, that you can change anything. It doesn't matter how old you are. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. But just know this, and I'll let you guys enjoy your Saturday, because I have to get to work and make some friggin' Yule logs and all kinds of stuff, man. Know this. It's never too late. It's never too late to become something great. It's never too late to show the world who you truly are. Indeed, when you get in that state, and this is what I was showing a new trainee the other day, and you guys probably seen it if you've watched my show for the longest time, the old picture of Jerry back then, like 10, 15 years ago, to the new Jerry now. Literally, when you adapt the mindset of abundance and how blessed you are, and you're evolving into this beautiful being, your body says, okay, let's start doing it that way as well. The beauty you feel on the inside is going to show to the outside world, not only with your emotions and your feelings, but your physicality. Because the mentality that you carry is just an abundant vibration of good energy that you're sending out every day. Remember that. It's never too late to start anew. It's never too late to rebuild, because indeed, to start a new life, you got to rebuild the old structure of thinking, of feeling, of being that self every single day. So really, really ponder it, guys. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. Remember those words for yourself and realize that we have a choice to live either in this friendly life that we want to create or a hostile life, the old life where we're fighting with people, fighting with ourselves, fighting with life in general. Life is just giving us back all of it's the reciprocity the way we don't want it. When you realize that, guys, you realize where you're going. You realize what you're creating. You realize, most importantly, what you're being. So if what you're being it doesn't feel right, change who you are by change what you're being. So, guys, America's Mentor _radio at Instagram. Indeed, I forgot, guys. At America's Mentor on X, guys. I just reached the 600 video mark on YouTube. I mean, talk about, wow, I was just grateful to share all this information, and still do, guys. So please follow me, Jerry Maldonado Chew, on Facebook for unique information to help you to your destination. Happy Saturday. Get the shopping done. Get everything wrapped. There's a reason for the season, indeed. Anchor this feeling, this good feeling of the season that it brings you. Because beyond the holiday, there's indeed life in general. You keep anchoring those good feelings, they're just going to prolong in your life, man. You keep doing it. And you start attaching some goals, some dreams, some desires with that, working on that every day. You are denied nothing, people. You don't first deny yourself. Guys, happy Saturday. I'll talk to you guys soon, man.